Chapter 27. The Spear of Greyfard. Morning reached Greyfard quietly. Pale sunlight slipped over the rooftops, while thin mist still lingered between the narrow streets. Somewhere deeper in the town, a blacksmith had already begun his work. The steady rhythm of hammer striking iron echoed softly through the waking settlement. Behind Seraphine's residence, however, the day had already begun. Steel rang sharply across the training courtyard. Clang! Alex's sword collided with Nyra's dagger. The sound bounced off the stone walls. Nyra did not step back. Instead, she stepped forward, her dagger sliding along the flat of Alex's blade before redirecting it away from her body. Nyra said calmly to Alex, "You're forcing the strike." Alex tightened his grip and attacked again. Clang! Nyra deflected the blow with minimal effort. Then she moved closer. Her elbow struck Alex's ribs. Thud! Alex staggered half a step before catching himself. Nyra lowered her dagger slightly. Nyra said to Alex, "Again." Alex lifted his sword. This time his attack came faster. Steel flashed again. Clang! 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 Nyra's dagger moved with small, precise motions while Alex's sword carved broader arcs through the air. Then suddenly Nyra stepped inside his reach. Her dagger stopped beneath Alex's jaw. The fight ended instantly. Alex exhaled slowly. Nyra lowered the blade. Nyra said to Alex, "You're improving." Alex wiped sweat from his forehead. Alex replied to Nyra, "I hope so." Nyra stepped forward again and adjusted Alex's wrist. Nyra explained to Alex, "When you strike, your shoulder rises. That weakens your control." She corrected the angle of his arm and stepped back. Across the courtyard, Seraphine stood watching. Her arms were folded. Her eyes followed Alex and Nyra carefully. Nyra noticed. A faint smile appeared on her lips. Nyra said to Alex, "That's enough for today." Alex looked surprised. Alex replied to Nyra, "That early?" Nyra shrugged slightly. Nyra answered him, "You've been training since dawn." Seraphine stepped forward. Seraphine said calmly to Alex, "You should leave the courtyard for a while." Alex looked toward her. Seraphine continued speaking to him. Seraphine said to Alex, "Go explore Greyfard today." Nyra leaned casually against a wooden pillar. Nyra added while looking at Alex, "You're thinking too much. Walk around the town." Alex sighed. Alex replied to Nyra, "That's your professional advice?" Nyra answered calmly, "It's effective advice." Seraphine nodded slightly. Seraphine added quietly to Alex, "The town will not bite you." Alex sheathed his sword. Alex replied to both of them, "Fine." Alex walked toward the courtyard gate. Before leaving, he glanced back once. Nyra had already turned away. Seraphine remained where she stood, watching him leave. Nyra noticed Seraphine's gaze again and leaned slightly toward her. Nyra whispered to Seraphine, "You're staring." Seraphine replied calmly, "He still lacks control." Nyra chuckled quietly. Nyra replied to Seraphine, "Of course." Greyfard's market district was already alive when Alex arrived. Merchants called out prices from wooden stalls. Travelers moved through the crowded street. Smoke from cooking fires drifted through the air. The town felt far more chaotic than the quiet courtyard Alex had left behind. He walked slowly through the crowd, watching, learning. He stopped beside a food stall where meat roasted over open flame. Alex said to the merchant, "One." The merchant wrapped the food and handed it over. The merchant replied to Alex, "That will be 3 silver." Alex reached into the pouch at his waist. His fingers brushed against a heavy coin. "Gold." He pulled it halfway out. The merchant's eyes widened immediately. The merchant said quickly to Alex, "Wait." Alex paused. The merchant stared at the coin like it was a royal treasure. Alex slowly returned the coin to his pouch. Alex replied calmly to the merchant, "I'll pass." He returned the food and walked away. As Alex moved deeper into the market, he began observing more carefully. 2 traders exchanged several silver coins. A shopkeeper returned small copper pieces as change. Alex watched another stall where a traveler counted silver carefully before making a purchase. Alex exhaled quietly. Gold, silver, copper. Lasara had given him 150 gold coins, Yet he barely understood what that meant in this town. The realization made him shake his head slightly. Money without knowledge was not much better than carrying rocks. The crowd thinned as Alex walked toward the outer streets of Greyfard. Buildings became smaller. The noise faded behind him. The wind grew stronger in the open space beyond the town walls. Then something brushed against his senses. Not loudly, just enough to be noticed. Alex slowed his steps. Someone passed ahead of him along the outer path. A woman. She carried a spear resting across her shoulder. Her presence was calm, but dense. Power surrounded her quietly like a contained current. Alex watched her walk ahead. Several steps passed in silence. Then, without turning, she spoke. The woman said calmly to Alex, "You've been following me for a while." Alex stopped walking. The woman continued forward a few steps before turning to face him. Silver armor reflected the sunlight. Her spear rested easily on her shoulder. Her gaze was steady. The woman asked him calmly, "Why are you following me?" Alex shrugged slightly. Alex replied to her, "I was curious." The woman answered him calmly, "Curiosity often leads to trouble." Alex replied with a faint smile, "Sometimes." The wind moved softly across the open grass. The woman studied him for a moment. Then she stepped away from the path and into the open field. She lifted the spear. Her stance shifted. The spear thrust forward. WHHHRRSHH. Wind followed the blade's path. She struck again. SHHRRK. The motion was controlled, precise. She repeated the movement several times. Then she stopped. Without turning, she said to Alex, "If you're going to watch, at least pay attention." Alex replied calmly, "I am." The woman turned slowly and looked at him. The woman said to Alex, "Then tell me what you see." Alex tilted his head slightly. Alex answered her, "Your grip loosens before the second strike." The wind moved through the grass. The woman narrowed her eyes slightly. The woman asked Alex, "What?" Alex replied calmly, "You're letting the wind carry the thrust." She repeated the movement again. WHHRRSH. Alex continued observing carefully. Alex explained, "The first strike compresses the air around the blade." He gestured slightly. "The second releases it." The woman slowly lowered her spear. The woman said quietly, "You're not guessing." Alex replied, "No." She studied him for a moment. Then she said calmly, "Observation is easier than execution." Alex smiled faintly. "That's true." After a moment, Alex spoke again. Alex said to her, "I was also trying to understand something else." The woman asked him, "What?" Alex replied honestly, "The market." She waited. Alex continued, "I may have more money than I understand." For the first time, a faint hint of amusement appeared in her expression. The woman asked Alex, "How much?" Alex replied casually, "Enough to accidentally buy a building." The woman rested the spear against the ground. The woman explained calmly, "1 gold coin equals 100 silver coins." Alex listened carefully. She continued speaking. 1 silver coin equals 10 copper coins." Alex exhaled slowly. Alex replied, "That explains the merchant's reaction." The woman lifted her spear again. The woman said calmly, "You try to pay with gold." Alex replied, "Almost." The wind moved quietly through the field again. Then the woman asked him, "What is your name?" Alex answered, "Alex." The name settled quietly between them. For a brief moment, her gaze paused. Inside her thoughts, a realization surfaced. Her aunt had mentioned that name several times recently, but she did not reveal the thought. Instead, she introduced herself calmly. The woman said to Alex, "Selira." She adjusted the spear slightly. Selira continued speaking. "Selira Greyfard." Alex's posture shifted slightly. Greyfard, the ruling family. Selira continued calmly, as if nothing unusual had happened. Selira said to Alex, "My aunt is organizing a private tournament." Alex listened carefully. Selira continued explaining, "It is meant to identify potential candidates." Alex asked her, "For what?" Selira replied simply, "The death game." The wind passed across the field. Selira looked briefly toward Greyfard. Then she said calmly to Alex, If someone proves strong enough there, they may represent her. Alex remained silent. Selira rested the spear across her shoulder. Selira said calmly, "You should try." Her tone carried no pressure, only suggestion. Then she turned and began walking back toward Greyfard. After several steps, she spoke once more without turning. Selira said to Alex, "If you compete, do not disgrace the name Greyfard." Then she continued walking. The wind moved across the empty field. Alex remained where he stood. After a moment, he spoke quietly within his mind. Alex said, "Lunareth." Her voice appeared calmly inside him. Lunareth replied to Alex, "You waited longer than I expected." Alex looked toward the distant Georgia cliff. Alex asked Lunareth, "The former Greyfard leader died there." Lunareth replied calmly, "Yes." Alex continued, "You killed him." Silence lingered briefly. Then Lunareth answered. Lunareth explained to Alex, "He attempted to force a contract upon me." Alex's gaze darkened slightly. Alex said quietly, "He won a mystical beast." Lunareth replied calmly, "And I refused." After a moment she added, "I killed him." The wind moved softly across the field again. Lunareth continued speaking. Lunareth said to Alex, "But I still do not know how he found me." Alex turned his gaze back toward Greyfard. Selira's words echoed quietly in his thoughts. A private tournament. Lysara. The death game. Alex exhaled slowly. Alex said quietly to himself, "Interesting." And for the first time, the path toward the death game began to take shape. But a far more dangerous question still remains. If Lunareth killed the former ruler of Greyfard, then how did he find her in the first place? Who revealed the existence of a mystical spirit hidden at Georgia Cliff? And if the death game is approaching, what role will Alex play in the battle that will decide the future of Greyfard? The answers are only beginning to unfold. This is The Broken Realm, an ongoing dark fantasy series. If you want to uncover the truth behind Lunareth, the death game, and the secrets of Mungren, make sure to subscribe to the channel and continue the journey. You can find a full story in the Broken Realm series playlist on this channel.